Hi, my name is Ashley Green, and I'm here with Aidan Walsh, and we're from Workwell Strategies. We're here today to talk about implementing updated performance management system here for Google. Here at Google, we want to identify better opportunities to align with the company's value. So, just to tell you a little bit about our organization, Workwell Strategies is a human resource and consulting firm that partners with businesses, nonprofits, and mission driven organizations to improve their people operations. Our services include recruitment, onboarding, performance management, employee engagement, training, and organizational change. With everything we do, we try to blend strategy with hands on support. The firm that we work for helps leaders build high performing cultures where employees thrive and business goals are met. We try our hardest to promote a collaborative, human first culture rooted in curiosity, transparency, and impact. Now that I told you a little bit about our organization, I'll tell you a little bit about me. I have worked with onboarding, training, performance development, and helping organizations boost morale, retention, and team effectiveness. I have led cross functional projects. I've advised senior leadership and built scalable HR systems aligned with business goals. My personal approach is both strategic, practical, and focused on real world solutions, like improving communication, accountability, team performance. I have an expertise in training, conflict resolution, and organizational development. Now, to tell you a little bit about my partner in this endeavor, it's Aidan Walsh. Aidan Walsh is also an aspiring consultant. He has over 6 years of experience in the service industry, and Aidan has a deep passion for people, analytics, and to make the workplace more efficient. He's currently pursuing his master's degree in industrial organizational psychology, and he is, like I stated before, very passionate about the people analytics and improving workplace efficiency and profitability. Now to focus on y'all, just to make sure that we're all on the same page about your organization, we did a little bit of a dive. Google's organization,
Thank you, Ashley, for overviewing Google. Now I'm going to get into the nitty gritty. So let's do a little job analysis for one of the four jobs. So the first job being the customer service representative. So as you guys know what a CASO is, the knowledge, the skills, and the abilities. So some of the knowledge you might need. So you got to be familiar with Google Workplace, Android, YouTube, etc. You got to have experience using the CRM systems. Some skills that you need is strong communication skills and active listening skills. You got to be an effective problem solver with conflict resolution. There's a lot going on. You got to be able to be a multitasker in a fast paced, high volume, high stress situation. Some abilities you might have would you have to remain calm and professional in any case, especially under pressure. You got to quickly learn and adapt to new tools and processes and be able to be quick on your feet. Some other characteristics, you got to have a customer focused mindset. You got to be patient and have empathy skills. And you got to be multilingualist. It helps. There's a lot of customers from different backgrounds, being that it's a global platform. So, some objectives and goals. So, to ensure customer satisfaction by resolving issues effectively and efficiently. Time is money. You got to get it done quick, but you got to get it done right. You got to maintain a high customer service rating. You got to make sure the customers are happy. You want them to be repeat customers. There's a lot of products. You want everybody to be happy. And then finally, you got to accurately log and escalate issues to the appropriate departments. You got to make sure it's going to the right people, and that goes into the efficiency, that it's getting to the right person and it's getting done correctly. So on the next slide, we're going to go into our second job. Hi there, guys. Our second job would be the data analyst. So some of the objectives and goals, you got to be able to support business decisions by providing actionable insights from data. You got to automate reports and dashboards using Google Data Studio or Looker. And also you got to maintain high data integrity and reduce data error rates. So some of the knowledge you need would be Python and different sources where you could look at data and you can code data, and there's a lot of input of data. So you got to know how to use data. You got to be able to be proficient with Google Cloud Platform, and you got to know how to visualize it. You're showing these to the higher ups in the organizations. They don't know how to use these platforms. So you got to be able to show them that you understand the data, that you can make it presentable to them, and that they could take actionable steps based on your analysis of the data. So some of the skills would be data mining and statistical modeling, dashboard and report creation. Like I said, communicating insights to non-technical audiences. It's so important that you get the information out. And your abilities. You got to be able to analyze large data sets for trends and anomalies. You got to be able to see the writing on the wall. Say, we see this is happening. We got to pivot and adjust. You got to be able to translate business questions into analytical problems. So you kind of have to play both worlds and kind of find the best solution to the problem. So our third job within this company would be another managerial position. So it's a customer service manager. So some of the objectives and goals of this position, you got to be able to lead and support a team to meet performance and quality metrics. You got to improve service processes and reduce customer churn. You want a good ebb and flow in the company. You want the product going out and you want the stock to go up. You got to be able to develop and implement customer satisfaction improvement plans. You want to just keep improving. You want to get more volume out every year. You want to get more profitable. So some of the knowledge. So you have to have customer experience strategies. You got to be able to people manage and coaching. And you have to use different tracking tools to try to figure out what to do and where you're needed. You also have to have very good interpersonal skills. It's very important that you're able to deal with people because you're dealing with the public. So these skills include leadership and performance management. Again, conflict resolution and escalation handling. And you got to build a strategic plan. You got to look to the future. You got to see where you're going in this company. So some of the abilities, you got to motivate and mentor other team members, lower levels in the organization. Give them the talent that or the skills that they need to advance and kind of foster that talent. And you got to be able to manage complex or escalated customer issues. You got to make sure nothing gets out of hand. You're the senior person. You got to be able to control the situation. So if we look at the job analysis of the 4 jobs within the company, the last job is Director of Operations. So some of their objectives and goals. So they oversee cross-functional operations to align Google with their strategic vision. So keeping everybody in check, keeping the employees' visions and the organizational visions in line. So they optimize efficiency and scale operational processes. And they ensure regulatory and policy compliance across departments. So they kind of oversee everything and make sure everything's going okay. So a few of the CASOs that you need in this position would be operation management principles, financial acumen and resource planning, and global compliance standards. Some skills would be executive leadership and strategic thinking, because you're working within different departments and pretty much through the whole company. You need to have risk assessment and mitigation skills, because that's a common thing that happens within the organization. You got to be able to budget and know the kind of financial forecasting, kind of see the writing on the wall before it happens. And the abilities, you got to drive operational excellence across regions. Being that Google's a global company, they have different regions. They need different benefits, different compensations. And they have to align operations with organizational goals and kind of allow employees to kind of feel like they have a purpose within the organization and that they line up together. So if we look at the compensation structures and benefits of Google currently, they do have a nice compensation structure. They give you the base salary, which varies from position. Senior roles being about 50 grand more. They have stock options that they give you every year. And they also give you a bonus. So overall, they do have a great compensation structure. The current benefits, which are pretty much industry standard within the tech field, are 401ks, health and dental and vision coverage, mental health and wellness support, standard parental leave, which we'll go into later, educational reimbursements, and flexible work models. So although these benefits are generous and nice, I feel like there's still ways where the employees can be compensated, and it might be a little expensive, but at the long run, it will be beneficial to the employees. So our proposed benefits are surrounded by the faults that we find in Google. So unfortunately, Google doesn't currently offer time off for many events outside of the calendar year, ones that are pretty much standard. So events like Black History Month were removed due to this not falling under the default calendar settings. So unfortunately, the problem is it risks alienating employees from diverse backgrounds. And it's really not making an equitable community for these individuals. So our proposal is to allow flexible time off for cultural/religious holidays. And this is inspired by Boone's policy. And for those that do not wish to participate in this, they could get time and a half if they work those days. So another policy that we think Google should address and that the benefits should be surrounded by is their burnout policy. So they have one of the highest burnout policies. And they do offer current benefits like gym membership and fitness centers, which could be helpful, but there's really no incentive to go there. So there's a company called Cliff Bar, and they offer a strong model providing employees 2.5 hours of paid exercise weekly and on-site amenities like rock climbing walls. So even if you just employ a little bit of this, even by paying just for an hour, it could incentivize people to go to the gym because they're actually getting paid to be healthy. And that actually helps the work-life balance. And it's been shown through numerous studies how exercise helps the mental and physical balance of somebody in life. So this could directly help with job satisfaction, work-life balance, and all the above. An additional benefit that we saw that really needed to be fixed was that Google currently offers 24 weeks of paid leave for birthing parents, but they only offer 18 weeks for non-birthing parents. So we kind of feel like this policy is not equitable. So it's generous, but it's an imbalance. So unequal leave may intentionally devalue non-birthing parents' role in early childcare. So our proposal is extending paid parental leave to 24 weeks for all parents. And this will promote equity and shared parenting responsibilities.